Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lisa B Influence. Okay, so for my old subscribers, I guess you know me as Pam. So I've changed my name to Lisa B Influence. So here's the reason to that. The reason I changed my name, I just decided like I need a bit of twist, than focusing on the past. So I've spoken about my past and I just want to put a little bit of my experience and moving forward. Okay, so if you are new here, welcome to the space. Welcome. But if you're an old subscribed, thank you guys. Please stay tuned until the end. So I got a comment about like I've spoken about my past. I've mentioned my dad. I've mentioned my stepdad. I've mentioned my grandmother, but I've never like made a video specifically about my mom. So today I'm gonna talk about my mom. Yes. Oh, okay. So the reason my mom left me with my grandmother, it was because she was still young. She was a teen mom. She had me when she was 15. So you can imagine all that. She was still young as well. So I guess even traditionally they say a first child belongs to the grandparents. That's why my grandmother took me when I was still a baby. So in that process, yeah, my mother was with my father. I think they were staying together and that until they broke up. So when they broke up, she was about like 20. Now she was pregnant with a second child. So they broke up. She moved back home with us and my grandmother. So you can imagine that whole space what she went through. It wasn't easy as well for her. So fast forward, she gave birth and then she had to work now. Start looking for a job. So she got a job, I think, in a hotel as a housekeeper in Van der Bay somewhere, but Valside. Um, just can't remember the name of the hotel in Valside. So she was that side, and now we were in Northwest, so it was quite a distance for her. She couldn't come and see us like in regular basis. She used to come like once a month. Okay, so those years growing up, I didn't understand that whole confusion. Why did she have to leave us with my grandmother, and why does she have to work far? But I guess she also had to work to help my grandmother, and she had to do something. Yeah, that was my kind of situation growing up, and it happened that she lost the baby that was coming after me, my sister. She lost my sister, then that was it. She came back home to settle. So remember, I grew up in the farm. So this all happened in the farms. She came back home and settled, in the baby's funeral, everything was done. And she stayed, I think, about a year. She was with us. And then during that period, she got pregnant again with my brother. With my brother, she was home as well. And then after my brother was born, she was not breastfeeding. She had issues, I guess, so she couldn't breastfeed. My brother was on formula. Okay. Then she moved to where is it? Ranfontaine. She moved to Ranfontaine. She got a job in Ranfontaine. So she left us in the farms with my grandmother again. So in Ranfontaine, I guess it was not that far from where we were. So she was able to come like twice a month to see us and make sure that we've got everything we're comfortable. But in those years or in that period of time, We actually never had like a connection. You get what I'm trying to say? We never had like a connection like mother and daughter, that kind of relationship. So as a firstborn, my grandmother goes to work, I go to school. My brother will be at home with the aunties or the uncles. So on the weekends, I have to help, like take care of my brother, all of that stuff. Okay, fast forward, my mother moved now, again moved to Val, and she met, yeah, she met, that's where she met my stepdad. And during that period, I think my grandmother has passed already. Okay, I just skip too much, but my grandmother has passed. We're in the township. Now I was with my uncle, my elder uncle, and my young uncle, and my brother. So it was just the four of us in the at home. So she stayed with my stepdad for that period of time, and she was coming home to visit us like more regular now. She wanted, like, I think she wanted us to have that bond, which is it took time. It took a hell lot of the time for us to actually like to be close. Okay, with most of the time, I was blaming her for what we went through, me and my brother. So everything, I was like, I blamed her for everything. I think that was also difficult on my side, like to forgive and just move on. But she was trying. She never stopped trying. In 2010, remember 2010? Yeah, in 2010, I had to move from my uncle's place. I moved to my grandmother's place, which is my father's mother. So while I was there, I stayed I think for a while, and my mom got a house. So now she was planning to come and fetch us. Now I'm here on my father's family side, and my brother was still with my uncle. I guess that wasn't easy because when she came to fetch me, it caused like a drama. Now my grandmother, she's not happy me leaving, and my auntie, she was not happy. My father's sister, she was not happy. A lot was said, but eventually we moved. Now we moved to a new place, new environment, new area, new people. Like everything was new. So here we're starting again. I had to make friends, new school. It was just a lot to take in at once. So when she came to fetch us, we moved in with my stepdad, which is, like I say, it wasn't easy. As a child, it's not easy, like just to accept a stranger, you know. But I guess my mother there, she didn't make a wrong decision. I guess she knew her partner then because he welcomed us so well. Yeah. And then we stayed with my stepdad and my mom for years. I think they separated when I was 16. When I was 16. So during from the age of 11 until 16. So my stepdad was in the picture with all of us. And during this period, I would say we have a strong relationship with my stepdad up to date. We have a strong relationship, and even when I went to like to visit my father, when I go to my father's family, I wouldn't say to him like I'm going to my father. I was just like I'm going to my uncle. So I've never really like raised things like that, like I'm going to my father or whatever. No, I've never done that to him. Okay, I think that's why our relationship was that strong with him. Okay, when they separated, now they moved. My stepdad moved to his mother's house, and we stayed with my mother. So that's where we started like connecting now with my mother. We started having that relationship. During that process, I felt pregnant. I felt pregnant, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and I think also for her, she was disappointed. She was hurt, but I guess in other ways she had no choice but to step in and help me. So, but during that period, I'm grateful she was there fully, although she was mad. I remember when she found out, she was really mad. And this is how she found out. I'm the one that asked her because I felt like my boobs started hurting, and I was just I don't know what I was doing, but I squeezed my boob and I was like water coming out. Then I asked her out of curiosity. I was scared, so I asked her like, "What's happening when there's water in your boob?" I was like, "No, you're pregnant." She said, "No, I'm not." I said, "Yes, you're pregnant." And that's how she found out. That's how I found out. Moving forward, she was there with me fully during the pregnancy, and until the baby was born, she helped me with everything, and I'm grateful for it. That those few years that she spent with my son, I could really tell that she she was a good mother. If she had that opportunity back in those years, she could have done better. But she's done everything for her grandson, like everything. That was her baby. And that made me like to calm myself down and forgive, forgive and forget and let go of the past, all the things that we went through. But yeah, after that, it wasn't long that she lived, and unfortunately, she she passed on. Yeah, it was difficult. It wasn't easy, like to take everything in, and that's the part that broke me the most because we were working. Our relationship was getting stronger as we started like to have that strong bonds, that friendship wise, and it was late. But yeah, so that's it about my mom. I'll see you guys on the next video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.